What's up, YouTube? Zach's back with another attack, and today is another episode of Unbelievable Facts. And this one is probably the most unbelievable yet, because it is all about the world's first cyborg. Yes, you heard me right. The world's first legal cyborg. Now, this man is from Britain. His name is Neil Harbison, and he has an antenna implanted in his head, into his brain directly, to be more accurate. And this man actually is able to perceive colors as vibrations because of this. Essentially, he was born colorblind, like severely colorblind. A lot of people, when they're colorblind, they can see things in shades of different colors, or it only affects like one or two colors. This man could literally only see things in grayscale. Everything was shades of gray, like a dog maybe. And he wanted to fix this. He went into art school and got a antenna implanted into his brain. None of the doctors wanted to do it, and several boards of ethics committees didn't want to allow this to happen. Obviously, it's a very strange thing, but he had an anonymous doctor implant it straight into his brain. He has 5 friends in 5 different continents, all of them except for Antarctica, and he allows them to send colors and images into his brain at any time they want to, which is incredibly strange, and it's a little bit weird to even believe that this is real after researching it myself. Now, it's weird because they can send these straight into his brain at any time they want to, and since they're all on different continents, that means times are very different time zones. So they could easily send images, and they do, into his brain while he's asleep. Say they send the color blue into his brain while he's sleeping, his dreams will turn blue. I don't entirely know how this works. Of course, this man is the only one who knows how this works, but it sounds incredibly incredible in a bizarre way. And I don't know if this is something I would want. Definitely probably wouldn't want something implanted into my brain, but I guess you gotta have one to get something implanted, which is debatable some days. And another thing, this man didn't stop here. He wanted to travel still. Obviously, he's got friends in 5 different continents, so to get a passport, he needed to obviously pass through his airport's metal detectors, and when you got a giant piece of metal and antenna implanted into your brain, that makes things very difficult. It took a long time, but finally, Britain's government allowed him to classify his antenna as a part of his body and allowed him to get his passport to travel, which legally made him the world's first cyborg, being able to say that a machine is legally a part of his body. I don't know what the implications of this are exactly, but I do know that being legally the world's first cyborg makes him an anomaly to mankind as we know it. And being the world's first cyborg, he couldn't just stop at an antenna. He created another device. I forget exactly what it's called, but it goes around his head, and when it's in front of his head, it is midday exactly. He wants this device to transmit time and basically optical illusions that allude to time and aging into his brain. I don't know entirely how this works, and I don't believe that he's actually been successful with any of this, but in theory, success with this object would allow him to relatively change time and aging within his own reality, within his own perception of reality. There was talk in the research I was doing about time travel, but there's no way that this guy can time travel because he's got something implanted into his brain. I don't think that's how this works. And lastly, he's also got what is called a Bluetooth tooth. Very strange, a Bluetooth tooth. And this is a device that he's got implanted into one of his teeth. His friend, I don't know which continent friend it is, but it is also implanted into his friend's tooth. And they are able to communicate with each other The device allows one tooth to communicate with another tooth, and when you create a sensation on one tooth, the exact same reaction is transmitted to the device implanted into the other tooth. The only way this really works is if you do have one implanted into a friend's tooth as well. Sorry. Because he's got this, he is actually able to communicate with this friend via Morse code. I don't know Morse code. If it was happening in my tooth, I would think I should go see a friggin' dentist, not that my friend was trying to send me a message. So, man, this is really weird. These unbelievable facts are getting crazier and crazier. Almost nobody has watched my one about the doctor who can feel his patient's pain, and that was pretty interesting, I thought, to be able to have a doctor that can actually feel your pain as he's helping you out. I think that creates a whole new level of doctor-patient relationship going on there, as well as my first one about Boston drowning everybody in molasses. That's very strange too. So keep your eyes peeled. There's going to be an episode 4 of Unbelievable Facts real soon here, and keep being skeptical, guys. Fact check anything you want. If I got anything wrong, if there's more to the story that I didn't know, let me know, and I'll give you credit and update this video. So in the meantime though, guys, I've been Zach. Don't you do crack, and I will catch you in the future.